Good morning everybody, it's Richard here. This is the run up to setting off to the Montgomery Canal restoration weekend. Today is the sort of day before I set off, which is Wednesday. I'm going tomorrow morning, leaving here about 10, should get there about 2 o'clock I think it is, for the stops on the way. So I just thought I'd show you around. I've got to make the bed up yet, so I'll do a final bit when I've done the bed. The night clothing over there. Yeah, so everything's been put away. Tea, towels above the radio. There we are, the microwave. So there we go. The microwave's here. I haven't used it yet. I'd be interested to know what your thoughts are about whether to remove it and then put some extra edging on that so that I can move the radios down and then move everything down one. But I'll be interested to see what you think. Anyway, that's that bit. All the stuff here. I've made an adjustment to this table by moving this bracket from there to there, so I can get this side now, and then I pull the table over like so, and I can pull it right across to get to that side, or I could have people sitting that side. It gives you a bit more flexibility. So do that. Legs working, doing its bit there, so that's okay. I can climb up better as well. So I've got yeah, I put one of my plates up there, camper van plate there, and I've got a T1s, there we are there, which I quite like, so I'll take those with me. Cupboards full of clothing, a few hangers there. The bathroom has been totally reused as a cupboard. Wet clothing, because it could rain of course, and all the other clothing in there. Boots, Wellingtons are at the back, bags, plenty of newspaper just in case. Walking boots underneath there. Mirror so I can see myself. So head torch. So yeah, fridge is on shoreline at the moment, getting itself up to speed before I go. And then I'll put the milk and other bits in there. Yes, and then let me show you what's going on in the cabin in a minute. So here we go. Oh yes, safety. Just for extra visibility, I have fitted these bright reflective strips on the back end and also on the front coming. So that's yellow behind, and then facing I've got this one here, fluorescent one, which I had in my arsenal anyway when I worked for a company who produced this type of stripping. And then I've done a bit inside the doors. There we go there. And then given the seats another clean today. And then behind the bike is in the back. So whether I will get the chance to use it, I don't know. So there is still loads of space. 2 chairs in there. There we are. There we go. Manual there. And I put the water. I've got some water in here. There we can see there, drinking water there, flashlight. So it's looking good now. So yeah, and it all fits in beautifully. Beautiful day today. It's about 24 degrees. I don't think this is going to last, but I'd like it to. So there we go. We're all ready to go. Ready for the off. So it's done. The bed is in. William Morris is in. I've just got some pillows in the house which I shall put on top to make up the pillows. But yes, William Morris there. Brand new bedding, mattress, undersheet, top sheet and spare. So very happy with that. Looks very cosy, very warm. So yeah, I've had so warm in here. It is now 25 degrees. Let me just show you. 25, gosh, got all the windows open, well this side of the camper I have, and shore power on, testing the fridge out again, getting up to speed for tomorrow. So there we go. So good morning everyone. So this is Thursday, this is the day I'm setting off, and everything is ready. I've got everything on board. I just need to check the truck engine stuff again. I know it's be all right, but just double check tires and everything. And yeah, so we're all ready to set off. I've got the cab all set up, bikes in the back. You saw all the other stuff from the previous clip, and so we're ready to go. So yeah, so it is 9 o'clock, so I'm going to set up about 10. Need to get some jungle juice at extortionate jungle juice prices, I expect, for diesel. It's about half a tank, and then I will be hitting the road all the way up to Austerley is called, way in Wales, on the Shropshire border. Yay! I won't be recording anything on the journey as such, because unless I stop, because obviously that's an offence in the UK and probably elsewhere as well, to be filming using a handheld device while you're driving. I don't intend to break any rules, so I will be using my common sense approach, and yeah, just doing it on occasions. Well, hi guys, it's Richard here. Same day and almost there. Had a few comfort breaks on the way, and I had some rain. It's much colder. We're actually into North Wales now, the M20, the M54. So yeah, and should get there by about 4 according to the sat nav. I'm just looking down at possible issue with your smartphone detected. Okay, okay, what's happening here then, I wonder? This is Bluetooth. Okay, so yes, so so far uneventful. Truck's been acting really well, and just taking it easy, about 60 miles an hour. I've stopped twice so far. Have I stopped twice? Yeah, this is, yes, I stopped once to have a break at Teddington, and the second time was because I saw some strapping flapping at the side of the camper, and all it was just a tail, so I've tucked it in. So I pulled into one of those places where you can, those sanctuaries or whatever they're called, because I thought, Christ, I hope the strap hasn't broken, but it hadn't. So yeah, so just running max now, and hopefully have this nice cup of tea. And Rob is the guy I'm meeting up with. He's already there. He said the spot's really nice, so he's keeping that for me, and so looking forward to that. So far an uneventful day. I haven't, as I said earlier, I haven't taken any motorway footage, because I think that's, you know, you may find it a bit boring actually, you know, so motorway after motorway. But so yeah, so we're going to get there 4:02 according to the sat nav. There's a, yeah, so I'm going to go down and back onto the motorway, and see you when we get there. All the best. Take care. Bye for now. Well guys, I've had a really lovely evening with Rob, and we've been down to the Red Lion pub and had a wonderful meal, and now I've come back, I've got my cup of tea, and also I'm watching Kenny, and yeah, of all trades, one of my favourite channels along with Kevin, and I'm sitting in a truck camper, so yes, and with ambient lighting, so I'm really enjoying the time so far. Going to go to bed. We've got to meet at about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and I've got my little Propex heater on, which you can probably hear in the background. He's keeping my feet nice and warm. So all in all, so far so good. Voltage is 12.6, okay, from the solar, and yeah, everything's working well. So until tomorrow, when I'll get back to you, and so show you around a few more things, especially my bathroom. It's amazing, and I'll have a look at that, and so we'll do some more then. Okay, take care. Well, good morning guys. It's Friday, the first morning after having slept in this amazing camper, a truck camper. I had a really good night. Okay, I woke up a few times, the usual sort of stuff. Need to go to the bathroom, well, when I'm using the bathroom. And but yeah, so I woke up, and then I slept until about 6:20, I suppose it was, yeah. And I've just had the kettle on, got my cup of tea here, So, and yes, just started coming to. So yeah, first night, very comfortable, and we're on very nice flat ground. I'll give you a tour of things a bit later, yeah, so we're going to meet about just after 8, I suppose. So I've actually got up properly. But yes, so reporting in, so all good stuff. It's quite fine today. It's going to be fine and overcast, with all that rain that we had yesterday. And it was like driving here. I went through everything from brilliant sunshine, warm weather, storms, you name it, and then sunshine again. So, and really very good. So I can report that this truck camper, this part of it is really doing well. The truck's doing okay. The only thing was that I backed up in a country lane because I got slightly lost, and the wire that connects the rear camera disconnected itself. It's supposed to do that. It sort of pulls. So I found it trailing on the ground when I came back from chatting to Rob across the corridor there, or across the field, and so I put it back together. It seems to be working okay, so I need to put some duct tape over it just so when I get home, and then I'll sort out something so it doesn't do it again. Clearly it's just when I was reversing out causing that. Otherwise, great. Okay, yeah, so I'll catch you a bit later.
Extra time? Good, because these things are only 5 seconds long.
And we'll be tracking through the course of the morning. Plenty more news as well for you as well. The headlines with our panelists today. Looking through the papers, Tom Scott.
Well guys, this is the view from my personal bathroom, which is inside this beautiful horse box. So here, shaving mirror, mind your head, I've already tested that one out, and a fully flushing working toilet. Yes, it flushes as well, it actually works. I'll demonstrate that. I'm very impressed indeed. Even air vents, well, and a beautiful day beginning. It's just 8:05. And we've even got lights in here. I think it's a solar actually. You get hand soap and also bubble bath, and this wonderful bath here. Gosh, it's above the shower here, rainfall shower. So I'm very impressed. I don't say I'll be taking advantage of all of this. I love this pedestal for the bowl here. It's really nice. Hot and cold running water. Yeah, the combi boiler running on Calagas. So I would say I strike oil. Strike oil. This is the outside. Very, very nice. There's the combi boiler on the back there. And solar lighting. And you even get a wash basin here, which has hot and cold running water in it as well. So old horse boxes, watch out. Could end up being a shower house. Yeah, there's Max looking good today. So yeah, I'll just close everything up before we set off.
Yeah, cover it, but don't be over generous. And similarly, when we get to the riprap, the large aggregate, as I said this morning, we tip a bucket over and then places one thick, otherwise it just takes forever.
And you try and do it from the top. If you can lift it up to the top so you can drag it down, it's not easy.
Up to low, yeah. So it's right on the side.
It's best to fit on the top. without stepping on the slippery wet stuff.
Riprap not so bad because you're manually placing that. Anyone else is doing it. Well, the rest of us do. I don't know what you do.
Well guys, it's Saturday evening and another very busy day on the Montgomery Canal. As you've probably seen, I'll make sure I put those bits on for you. Some action going on there, lifting these really heavy 18 kilogram blocks, making this blocked, doing blocks for the filling in the canal and the 3 layers that we have to put on as well. So yeah, really tired by the end of it. By 5 o'clock I started at 8:30 and we have a small break in the morning and then half an hour for lunch and then back again. By the time I finished, my back was starting to hurt and I was glad to see the last truck arrive. You know, sort of they're like vehicles on tracks, a bit like a tank, I suppose, but they can revert, they can go forward or backwards, and you have a driver's seat that turns around. So I did some loading today, and also we've done some more work of putting new liners in, the new what they call carpet and that. So it's been very, very busy. The best bit of all, we went out, all the group went out for a nice evening meal at the Navigation Inn, which actually was visited by 2 very nice celebrities that you may know with a canal connection, Timothy West and Priscilla Scales, when they were alive. Both of them have passed away now. He died first, then she died. So there was a lovely photograph in the bar of them. Also, for those of you who follow my work on gramophones, they had a HMV 162 there, which was quite an early cabinet machine, tabletop machine with the 2 doors on the front. I've got one of those waiting for restoration, so I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look at that. Obviously it was sitting on top of a piano there as an ornament rather than being used as a piece of equipment. Anyway, it's just coming up to 10 o'clock, yeah, 5 to 10. I've had a really busy day. I'm just about to, the Propex heaters are turned off, just about to have a nice cup of tea and then watch a bit of a Destination Adventure on YouTube with Dustin and his latest incarnation. So it's good to catch up. And so yeah, so hope you're still following along. One more day tomorrow, Sunday, and then we finish a bit earlier tomorrow, and then I should then start packing up for Monday to go back down to Maidstone where I live. So yes, from Shropshire Welsh border here. Anyway, speak to you tomorrow. All right, take care.
Yeah, I said I was leaving Alaska.
One of the things I do like is watching my YouTube subscribers, people I subscribe to. This is Saucy Seth.
But
he's traveling
for now,
Alaska with
we're
his
just gonna
dog.
enjoy these beautiful
and,
views
Stella,
right
and
outside
his truck
of our
camper.
back door.
So yeah, there's a few
Looks like there's
recommendations
some
I could
visitors
give
here
for-
recently. I didn't even know
this
they
is
were
definitely
out of
one them.
hibernation
He's a
yet.
really lovely guy.
Look at that.
So-
That's definitely got to be bear tracks, 100%.
If you want a link, I'll
Just
put it
for
below.
reference, I'll put my...
So you've probably seen this set up before. What I've got here is, you can see that at all, I've got the teapot. I've got it wrapped up in a towel because I haven't got a tea cozy. I've forgotten, I haven't got that bit. So with the stove here, and then if I then show you the fridge, what it's up to, all the stuff in it, I'll say. So here we have the fridge, and there we go. I fitted a light in here so you can actually see what's in here, and you can see the temperature there. There we go, I think you can see that. And I've turned it down, so the fridge is actually on, what is it, on number 1, I think? Yeah, number 1, just above number 1. And it seems to be working really well. The freezer part, which is this bit here, this is running at, where is it? There's the arrow there, I can't see it. Oh yes, middle of the green, actually, more near to the top. So we're doing okay. And I've got my milk in there, eggs and a few other things. I bought some very nice chutney and that from where we were working, and the orange juice and then other things. So it's doing okay. Really happy with that. So we'll do some cooking. Hang on. So I've decided to do poached eggs. So what I'm going to do is poach them, and so I've got very nice Waitrose eggs here. What I need to do is I need to put some fat into the pan, into the poacher. So I'm going to use some good old Captain Bertarelli, as I call him, fat for that. So we're going to do a bit of that, and we'll get the thing fired up, get the stove fired up. The stove has been really working extremely well. And so yeah, so obviously I've got plenty of colour to use for that. So I'm going to. So what we do is I'm going to just switch this on. We use this ring here, and what we have to do is turn it on, hold it, until the thermostat allows it, and then pop the pan over that. Put the lid on. Let's move that out of the way slightly. So this frying pan cum egg poacher I bought from my local charity shop, and it was brand new, it's never been used, and so I thought it was an absolute gift. And it had my name written all over it, so there we go. Just let that melt there, the steam gets going. Put that back, and then I'll need to do some bread to go with that. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Can you see me there? There we are, that's it. Great stuff. So yes, and also just to let you know that my radio's been working well. I've got good internet connection here, which is quite, I was quite surprised about, but I have been watching Sky News and a load of my normal channel videos, which is quite nice. Not my own, I have to hasten to add, but plenty of other people. Kenny in All Trades, he's got a lovely truck camper with his dog, and also there's another guy, Jason, who's got a channel which I watch him and his dog Ben, and yeah, so it's been really quite interesting really watching those people. So I'm letting this butter melt here, and then I've got the fridge open, let's do that, and then I will put this back in here, and then we will crack some eggs. Oh yes, they're nice and cold actually. Nice brown eggs, so we're going to put 2 of those in there. And yes, there we go. Just starting to come to the boil, as it were. Not sure what to have with this, whether just to have it on toast and then do something afterwards. I don't know really. Could have some baked beans or something. Turn this down a little bit. Down. You can just turn this down quite easily to there, which is basically what it does. So, and then we're going to crack some eggs. So I'm going to do that now. Myself in the process. I'm sure you've seen people do poached eggs before. So I'm going to get a plate out here, and one of these ceramic plates, that'd be quite nice. I'll put that here. So it's, I have to think these things through a little ahead sometimes. I've got a nice Hovis loaf, so let's put that on there. How are we doing here? Yeah, there we are. Probably take a bit of doing, won't they? I could toast these actually, if I could toast the bread. There is a toaster, I haven't used it yet, but so I'm not going to on this occasion. I'm just going to spread some large on it, I think. Get it inverter ready. So again, I'm going to allow it here. While that's going on. I've got some bacon as well, which I might use at some stage, perhaps tomorrow morning or something. But there we are. So I've got some bacon there. Looks like it's doing quite nicely now. It's simmering. Actually simmers really well. I'm surprised. Really great how this is going. And I have cooked on Calla before. I can't think, well, somewhere I went camping. And did use that. So yes, so what else have we got in the cupboard here? Got a tin of baked beans. So a whole tin of baked beans, that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Only one place to get baked beans, and that's Waitrose. So I'm going to use my new new saucepans as well. These are new ones that so what are we doing here? Getting on quite well. Nearly done, I thought. The thing about it, you can always just turn the thing off, and then it will. Just trying to get this finger under there. Sometimes these sprinkler cans are not the easiest to get off. Okay, let's put that in. Let's do it in the sun. Squeeze my back while I do that. Find a famous spoon. To recycle the tins. Find a home for that. I'll put it in the bin to start with, and I'll redo that. Are we done here? Let's have a look, shall we? Still not quite done yet. Okay, it's not simmer yet. Let's put the beans on the back. The back one, all these burners work. Remember that I had to service them all. So this particular one at the back here was quite slow. It didn't fully burn. There wasn't the blue flame wasn't all round the hole, and I had to take it apart and completely clean out the debris and muck that was in there. So therefore, right, let's just look. We've got our dish there ready. I need a knife and fork, of course. So out comes the cutlery. There we go. I'll use that knife just for the other bit. I'm going to have to probably move you at some point when I want to serve dinner, as it were. So let's see how we're getting on here with the beans. It's just on low. Because in the summer you can have the door open, which would be even nicer. So the temperature at the moment is 24 degrees. It's been up to 30 so far today, and really like it. So let's see what we've got here going on. A bit more. I think these are almost done actually. So keep those going a bit longer. What's the beans doing? I think actually I've got myself a spatula. Oh, that's fine stuff. Yes, there's some debate about the cancer-giving stuff for non-stick pans, but if we don't scrape everything, I think you're probably all right actually. Heat the beans up a bit. So there is a lid that goes on these saucepans, but I don't think I need that at the moment. That's a bit of tissue paper just in case the spoon gets too hot. That's something that would be quite useful. Okay, put the kettle in there for a second, won't do me harm. It's doing right, it's heating up nicely. Overheat the beans. That's very low heat. Probably that's about ready. I would have thought. Let's just turn it off for a second. Yeah, it's nearly ready now. So not bad going. It's just gone 6:30, so it's quite good. Low heat there, but it's well heated through. Probably just bring it to a boil towards the end. I've got my little butane camping stove. It's very good, but it used to make, because you couldn't adjust it quite so much, you would actually stick things to the bottom of the pan, which is not really what you want. So this little arrangement seems to work quite well. So you've got 3 burners with this stove, which is quite adequate really for this type of arrangement. If you obviously have the door open in the summer, you'd have to make sure there wasn't any wind, because I think it might blow the flame out. So let's just see what this is like. I would say that's done, and I would say they're done as well. So shall we serve? Let's serve up. So I'm going to serve up now. You can see that. Can you see that all right? So I think you might be able to see that. There we go. There's the pieces of bread, hoagies. So let's put the baked beans on first. So we'll turn this off. Lovely jubbly. My first meal in the truck camper in beautiful Shropshire by the Montgomery Canal. So I recommend this to anyone. What I'll do is I'll put some water in there. As I said, we've run out of water, so just put a bit of water in here just so I can wash it up afterwards. Stick a bit of washing up liquid in there. There we go. I bought this, it's, what is it, 5 litres, 5 litres of that, so that's quite good. And it travelled in the truck okay. So, didn't get a chance to do any cycling either, so today I brought my cycle with me, but I haven't had a chance to do any of that. So I'm going to now set the table, so I'm going to turn you off and then turn you back on again. Hang on a second. So there you are, you've come back now. So let's move some of this paraphernalia out of the way. There's my baked beans, and that's looking good. I've got my tea there, but I think I've drunk it all, so I'll have to make some fresh ones. So I'll do that. I mustn't trip over the cable there either. So yeah, so I've been watching Sky News, so I can put that back on again. There we go. So I'm just going to turn the other one off now, and we will serve dinner. Hopefully these will be okay. I'll take the plate up to the pizza. Two. That's great. Wash that up later on. So, there we have a complete meal. Let's put the mat down. There we are. And now I need some pepper and salt to go with that. I've got my trusted pepper and salters. Couple of police officers, so quite nice, sweet, so good. So there we are, thank you. So this part of the video, thank you. So there we go, guys. Just the iPhone overheated somewhat because it's quite warm in here. I've never had that before, so you can see what a wonderful meal is. So I'm going to enjoy my meal, and then I'll come back to you with a bit more video. And I'll spare you the washing up unless you're popping over to help me. All right, you take care. So as you can see, I'm watching adverts. I'm watching Sky at the moment, news, and enjoying my meal. And I'll give you a bit of an overview about how the weekend has gone. So yeah, so until then, I'll come back to you.
More than you think.
And there we go. One dinner has gone. That was very, very nice. My first meal in the back of Max, the HiLux with the demountable, and thoroughly enjoyed that. Very tasty, and nothing like having it off ceramic plates and all the rest. So yeah, so it's been very good. So what I'll do is I'll give you an update in a minute of all how the Thursday to Sunday's gone. I'm going back tomorrow, going home tomorrow to down back to Kent. So I'll hopefully do some filming on the GoPro, and because on that, so but I'll do it in legally, so that it's within the legal jurisdiction of the traffic law in the UK. So hopefully that. So I hope you've enjoyed everything so far. If you have, don't forget to press the little like button, and also you can subscribe. And I look forward to your comments. Excuse my friend, excuse my coughing. Your comments and any suggestions you might have to improve my experience here. This is beautiful sunny Shropshire. It's 24 degrees at the moment in here, and I'm thinking of opening a bit of a window, let's let a bit of air in. And yes, so it's been a very uncomfortable time, and I thoroughly recommend anyone arranging a demountable, because I think they're a great asset, and looking forward to that. Also, I'd like to thank my colleagues from the Outdoor Lads, who were praised today by the by Tony, the project manager. So, and yes, saying how we had up to, was it 39 volunteers, with not from our group, just from others. So we got on really well and covered an awful lot of ground, more so than they expected, because it's quite hard work. One thing I will say, it's very physically hard work. You're lifting 18 kilogram breeze blocks, and they take some lifting after you've been doing that a few hours. And I've done it for the last 3 days. So the ibuprofen tablets have definitely been out, but I've enjoyed every minute. So yes, so I'll see you tomorrow for the final bit of this video. Well, good morning guys, and we have a frost this morning. Look, see the other bougie on here. I've just been out to the bathroom, and it is a beautiful day. Look at that sunrise. I slept really well. So yeah, looking good. So excellent. Speak to you in a minute. Good morning guys, it's Richard here, and it's Monday, the day that I'm going to be going back down the many motorways back home, and I'm enjoying my breakfast. I've just had my muesli, and I'm having a lovely cup of coffee. I've had 2 cups of tea already, and so I thought I'd take this opportunity to just show you what it's like. The sun is blazing behind me. I hope you can see me. I can see myself in the camera, but it is bright sunlight. We had a massive frost this morning, and it was what time? It was about less than 10 degrees when I woke up, well, I woke up a couple of times, but I couldn't see what the temperature was. But when I got up eventually, about just after 6, because that's when my body clock told me to wake up, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't see out of the windows, because they were all frosted over, which is quite nice. And then the field that I'm in, that was also frosted, and I'll put some photographs of the wonderful sunrise actually, which is quite amazing really. But I thought this morning what I would do is just review with you the actual event that I came to, and also other little snippets with some video clips as well. So the idea was that I'm with an organisation called Outdoor Lads. We are they're a charity, and I've been with them for quite a few years. And we do other events, so we do meetups and all the rest of it, stuff like organisations generally do. And this was a project that I quite liked the look of, because it was slightly different. Building the Montgomery Cannel, which has been silted up for many years, over 60, I think over 60 or 80 years it's been silted up due to lack of use, I think, lack of traffic. And there was a decision made in 1942, Tom Foes was telling us, who's the project manager, that they would abandon it, and then one of the farmers then built a across it so he can get his cows from one field to the other. And that's been in place for many, many years. So, and further down, it's got loads of tree stumps which need removing before any work can start there. And so, because this is a sort of the project has been funded, there's the Canal Trust, River Trust, which is overseeing the whole project, and the funding comes in through various sources. I imagine the National Lottery, maybe some of it. I don't exactly know where the funding streams come from, but they're all time limited, so they had to be used up. So it's an opportunity for volunteers, and we were really lucky this weekend. Apparently there were 39 people working at the height of the weekend. So that's Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Today's Monday, so I arrived on Thursday. And my journey up here was really good. However, I got lost. Well, I didn't get lost. The sat-nav took me to the wrong site, which was interesting in itself because I met some very nice people who redirected me. So, and then Rob Harris, who's in charge of the whole group this time, came and met me up the lane. So I was backing down the lane in Max, which was good fun. And then I drove with him with me, and then we found this spot here. So that was Thursday, and Thursday evening Rob and I went out to the Lion Public House. It was the Lion, yes, the White Lion it's called. Here is a picture, there's a bit of a plug for them because it was lovely food there. And yeah, so the White Lion Public House, and we had a really nice meal there, and then came back and went to bed early, as it were, because we were getting up the next morning. I slept quite well the first night. It's always strange when you're in a strange place, but I have to say that the mattress, this brand new mattress, it's a sort of memory foam type mattress. My duvet that I always had with me but never had a cover, now with the William Morris covers on it, and this very nice fleece on top, and a hot water bottle. I was like toast in there, really warm, so I was really happy about that. So that was, and then the first morning we had a long induction because that's important for health and safety. We were briefed by Margaret, who's affectionately known as the Dragon, who in fact over the weekend I got to respect her a lot. She's a really lovely lady, and really supportive as well. She was a hockey champion when she was 50. Somebody told me, I think Rob told me, she's now, I don't know, I would like to say how old the ladies are. I never like to give a lady's age, but probably getting much beyond that. So we had a good induction. We then went down to the actual river and watched others laying the blocks, which is what I spent most of my time doing. And these blocks are like really dense breeze blocks, and they hold down several layers of material, starting with very thick plastic, which we have to unravel. That's cut to size, normally about 10 meters each time, so 10 to 12 meters. Then you lay that down first of all on top of the valley of the valley of the whole thing, which is, when I asked Tom that what was the actual gradient, he said it was 30 degrees. So from the bottom up it's 30, so you're putting blocks up on 30, and the blocks have to be laid in a certain way. So obviously use a plumb line to make sure we're in a straight line, and then when everyone's happy with that, then we put the blocks on, and then we have to button them together. So you can imagine, these large tipper trucks, or dumper trucks they call them, tracked pieces of machinery with a huge great diesel engine, carry the weight of this lot down, and they had to be loaded in a certain way as well, which is quite interesting to say the least. So we spent all of Thursday doing that, and then Thursday evening some of us went down another pub. Friday evening, sorry, someone was down another pub, and then Saturday we did the same, and so I did some loading, and we had to keep this rock formation with earth, so you have to carry that up the slope, at the top of the slope, so that when so you have a layer of plastic, then you have a layer of white material, which if there's a puncture into the through the top lining, which they call carpet, like a black, thick felt. It's not felt, but it's something similar. It feels like that when you hold it. Then it won't leak, because water is a very commodity. It's a very rare commodity, so we have to make sure that we don't lose any of it, and that's what we were doing. And then you lay a carpet layer on top, which is quite thick, so that's cut, and then you have to pull it up one side. So there's a whole method to do this, and it's real teamwork, and that's where the sort of on your back and feel a bit. So it's not for the light-hearted. Having said that, majority of the volunteers here, I would say, are people who are of retirement age, or like myself, work and then also do other things. So, and of course we had 11 of us from Outdoor Lads there to help them, so that swelled their numbers. And I met some amazing people, really nice people, quite characterful. And so not only amongst our group, but amongst the other groups as well. So it was really nice. So you start at 8:30, you have until 10:30, I think it is, and then you have a coffee break for about half an hour, just over. And then you have work through to 1, and then have an hour, I think it's about half an hour, 3/4 an hour for lunch, which you bring your own lunch for, and then you go back to work until 3, I think it is, 3:30, maybe 3:30, and then you have a tea break and you work through till 5. So, and then, obviously that's, Tom will actually organise some of that, and there's Chris also, who's got some engineering experience, a lot of engineering experience. So I learned quite a lot about civil engineering this weekend, and so good. So then on Saturday I was doing blocking again, loading the vehicles, and my back was starting to tell me that you need to slow down a bit. So I asked whether I could have something a little bit easier to do, and Margaret, this is where Margaret, she said, well, you could help me do some sharpening of the hatchets and other stuff. So I did some of that on a very old workbench, which finally collapsed on me, which was being donated. All these things are donated. So I was doing that, and it has been a nice weekend. I came home a little earlier yesterday. I think I finished about 1. I think they finished about 3 o'clock. They finished earlier on a Sunday anyway. So, and they said, yeah, that's fine, Richard. Thank you very much for your help. So, and then the best bit of all is I thought, right, because some of the other lads had actually left. There's just Adam and I on site here. And I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll have a nice shower. Well, that was a bit of a tale, because the water heater decided, after I'd got into the shower, cut a long story short, so there was warm water, or nice warm water, coming out the rain shower, like in this beautiful roll-top bath, and then I put all the soap on, and then the thing just cut out, and I was doused in freezing cold water, which is main supplied, so it was cold. They've got to hook these bougie type horse boxes up to the main supply, and God, did I get out of there quick. I tried to quickly washed all the soap off. Anyway, Susie came out, and who's the lady that owns the site, and really lovely lady. So I want to give out a shout out to Susie and Wild Contentment, which is where it is, and I'll put a link there. This is an amazing site. There's only 8 pitches here, so it's quite rural, and but I would recommend it. If I came back this way, I'd certainly come and stay here. So no, she came out and we looked at the water heater together. So I used my engineering expertise to try and fix this thing. But I think all 3 of these extra bougie ones all fail at the same time, most unusual. So they run on Cala, and then they have like a waste tank in the bottom that they obviously collect the work. You have a flushing toilet too, which is really nice. A real toilet, open to the elements. Of course, where the horse box closes, there's a gap at the top, which they put a curtain up for. So yeah, overall, it's been a fantastic weekend. I would highly recommend volunteering on the Montgomery Canal. There are some leaflets here, you might be able to see that if the sun's not too bad, and that's on the back. And just to give a shout out to the Shropshire Union Canal Society, that if you actually sign up, the first year is free this year. So if you're looking to join any of this thing, But I would thoroughly recommend the Shropshire Union Canal Society. And we had the new chief executive come down and look round on, was it Friday, I think it was? And he was very impressed, apparently, Tom said. So that's good news, and I wish them all the very best. So if you've enjoyed watching this video, and I've said this a few times, I know, do press the little like button. Do subscribe if you're interested in this type of camper life, truck camper life UK stuff, or any of the other things on my channel. Go back and watch the previous episodes. This one won't be numbered because I think we're up to 13, but this will be a separate one. And I really look forward to making more videos. I've got some other events coming up in the year which I'm going to take you along to, and so yes, it's no, the truck's behaved well. The only thing I would say, I suppose, is that the tyre pressures, I need to check those regularly, which I've done, and somehow the wash water seems to be disappearing without being used. So I think that we must have a link somewhere, I think, in the process. But anyway, without further ado, thank you for coming this far in the video. As I say, do like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one shortly.
Of Iran to be happy. Anything that makes the people of Iran happy. I don't like this feeling of uncertainty. If the people are happy with war resolving it, then let the war happen so we can get some resolution.
Many in this country say they are tired of war. It is not clear if the imposition of a naval blockade on Iran's ports will make a return to fighting more or less likely.
After 200 yards, turn left. Then, at the end of the road, turn left.
That's so sad, isn't it? Hey, John, please. You all right there? Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. All right. Okay. Thank you.
Turn left. Then, at the end of the road, turn left. At the end of the road, turn left.
Find a petrol station. Actually, it's just over half, isn't it? Yeah, so.
Turn left.